good, YouTube guys? Today we are coming with a little bit of a different video. Today we'll be reacting to a dope wrestling creator named Murfs YT. If you don't know who Murfs is, I can't even explain to you what he does. It's just cinema. That's all I gotta say is cinema. If you're into WWE gameplay, if you're into WWE storytelling, he mixed the two beautifully. Today we're going to react to that. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this. I want people to just go see Murfs for himself. So his link will be in the description, of course. Today we'll be reacting to how the new Paul Heyman guys should be booked. Hey, y'all just see Seth Rollins just formed that new group. Let's see what Murf's idea for it should be. We're on the road to 5K subscribers. I mean it, guys. I'm trying to hit it by the end of the summer, so the grind is real. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new. We always do members of the Stack Syndicate. With that being said, let's see what Murfs is cooking up.
Paul Heyman has shocked the world by combining the forces of Seth Rollins and
Bro, guys, when I tell you this dude is like that, he's like that.
They are both the present and the future. But according to Paul Heyman, this is only the beginning. You think that was surprising? You wait and see just what and who we have in store.
Ooh.
Because this isn't evolution. It's a revolution. We aren't going to rewrite history. We are going to rebuild it. And we are going to reclaim it. Body by body.
Ooh.
Man by man.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Suggesting there's a fourth
Man to walk away.
As if it couldn't get any stronger. Well, their strength is fully on show when the brute force of the group, Bron Breakker, shows that he could well have gone to another level already when he blasts through Dragon Lee under the watchful eye of Heyman. But quickly after the match concludes, there's a huge disturbance backstage because it's Punk and Rollins.
Oh, they going toe to toe.
Feverishly throwing hands.
They throwing bombs.
Punk isn't just going to sit back and accept that his first ever WrestleMania main event was ruined by his biggest enemy and his supposed best friend. But it's the former best friend that is in no man's land because Punk breaks free, chokes out Rollins, leaves him laying, and now he's stalking Heyman on the stage. Heyman has nowhere to go, and he's terrified.
Oh, damn! Where did Braun come from?
The latest Heyman guy wipes out one of the first, and this alliance is already paying dividends for Paul. But the investment isn't stopping there, as we know, and a phone call is overheard between Paul and a fourth man. But we can't quite hear who it is, and it gets cut short because Heyman notices the camera filming him from outside the office and forces them to leave. It's being kept under wraps.
Bro got
what
caught.
isn't being kept under wraps is the intention of CM Punk and another jilted ex-friend of Heyman. He blows the show apart purely to try and get at both Rollins and Breakker.
Oh, the big G. Oh, we teaming up.
Back on the eve of Backlash, and he and Punk storm the ring.
Yo, the fence is beautiful.
Off the charts. But what will also be off the charts is the tag team match.
Yeah, Paul.
For St. Louis, when the former Paul
Heyman
guys go to war with the current ones, and it's personal. You can really feel the hurt from Punk and Roman in the way that they put the hurt on Rollins and Breakker. It's such an unbelievable sight, even just seeing Roman and Punk working together, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Double team, hey!
We're on a totally different level right now, thanks to Heyman, and they take control in a big way. It's clear that the future is now.
Rollins to the stairs.
Manages to muscle Punk to the outside. He wants to stomp, but Punk simply won't allow it. And they're scrapping and fighting for their lives. But so is Bron now in the ring, who is the legal man along with Roman, who is stalking him to end it.
Yes, sir.
And Heyman scrambles into the ring to try and stop him. And now Roman is looking like he might strike Heyman once more. But he doesn't. All he does is throw Heyman in front of the oncoming spear from Breakker. And he can't believe what he's done. Roman laces Breakker with a Superman punch and follows it up with his own version of a spear, and he picks up the win.
Let's go.
Massive dent to the armor right off the bat, and a sign directly to Paul Heyman that this won't be a walk in the park. Roman looks down at Breakker and says,
by the way, it took him like 4 years to finally get Roman's model right. Shout out 2K, y'all finally got it right. All right, back to the video.
If you think Heyman is the silver bullet, you've got a hell of a lot to learn, kid.
Oh!
Rollins cracks him with a chair.
Chair to the back again.
This is where the tide turns, because Punk tries to get at Rollins.
You gotta stop turning your back, Rollins, please.
And now Breakker has recovered. He has some steel as well. And Heyman,
Byron Saxon on commentary,
is demanding that they crush them both. And that is what they do.
Oh.
It's even more violent and vicious as the first one. And Heyman is screaming at them, directing traffic, making them continue. And they completely destroy two of the WWE's biggest stars of all time. Again.
Where the bloodline
leaves
at?
both men
Where
on
Jimmy?
the
Where
shelf,
Jay?
injured indefinitely. And Paul Heyman's men, who are pissed off about the loss and looking to redeem themselves immediately.
Oh, Braun versus
see
Chad?
Braun Breaker thrust into a Money in the Bank qualification match, which he wins handily over a tremendous opponent in Chad Gable, who falls short.
Okay, we got Braun
El
at
Grande
Money in the Bank.
Americano, who actually did manage to qualify. Seth is talking with Paul Heyman, and on the phone is that mysterious fourth man. And as they hang it up, Heyman says the fourth man is ready when they are. But what he wants is to take Seth right
L fit, W glasses. Gotta
back
say.
to where he
Gotta
belongs,
say.
and that
But that's a
means
Seth Rollins type
targeting
fit right
yet
there.
Another person
The blue
who was
pants.
once under the tutelage of the wise man.
That's so Seth Rollins. Oh, we're going after the big oos. Okay.
Hey, listen. I know why you're here, wise man. And
Damn.
they aren't even interested in hearing Jay out. And it's disgusting. Jay was being respectful.
We ain't trying to
but
hear
Heyman
none of
doesn't
that.
care.
Ooh,
It feels like they're getting
ooh.
more and more aggressive in their approach. But very quickly, Jay has backup.
Sami
and
Uso.
it's in the form of Sami Zayn.
Damn,
Of
super
course,
kick.
Jimmy is exclusive to SmackDown, so he isn't there. But Zayn is enough, and he forces Seth out of the ring, and he stands behind Jay. But was that all part of the plan?
Whoa, Sammy, why are you looking like that? I don't like that. I don't like that look. I don't like that look, Sammy. Hey, Jay, watch your
Something was going
back.
through Sammy's head, but he sticks by Jay, and he wants to fight, and he gets that fight, and it's in the main event of Raw the week after. And it's against Seth Rollins, who is looking to eliminate
Tornado
another man
DDT?
who used to sit under the Heyman learning tree. But it's a great match, but most importantly, it's a fair one. Zayn hits a corner suplex that sets Rollins perfectly up, and he spins, sprints off for the loop
Hell of a
kick, but
kick.
Rollins reverses,
Ooh.
snatches him up into the powerbomb position, and drives him into the corner with a buckle bomb. And it sets Zayn perfectly up for a stomp, and Rollins gets the pin.
Stomp.
However, even though it was fair and clean, Zayn is still bracing himself for an attack. But it doesn't happen. Rollins, Breaker, and Paul all stand across from him and spare him. It's almost like they're inviting him to their side. But before he can even say a word, Jay runs down to ringside and he tells
Get him,
Sammy
Jay.
that
Get
he's
him out of there,
for it.
Jay.
And he tells him to get out of the ring.
Come on, Sammy. No, he's about to attack Jay, isn't he? He's gonna. Okay, good.
Leaves with Jay.
Yes, sir.
You could see he was mulling it over. But with Jay being super pissed off about the attack, he recruits Sami to team with him against Braun and Seth at Saturday night's main event that is going down close to Money in the Bank. And there could be a lot more on the line than anyone thinks, because there is some tension.
That's a clean Saturday night
Sense it
main
between
event.
Sami clearly thinking
download
about
that
the
myself.
offer for Heyman, but also wanting to be there for his friend. And when the match gets into the deep waters, he does have to make a choice. Because
Sami,
Jay
what are you
is
doing?
struggling in the ring with Braun Breaker like many before him. And Sami knows that it's now or never.
Sammy, chill. Get in there, Sammy. No, Sammy. Don't do this, Sammy.
Sami takes the bullet.
Yes, sir, Sami.
He's there for his friend. Jay then nails Breaker with a super kick,
Hey.
but it doesn't knock him down. It knocks him into the corner, and Rollins gets
Super
the
kick for
tag.
you too, Seth.
He gets in. Jay nails him with a super kick this time, and now he wants the spear. He runs
Oh.
off, but Rollins
W
counters
counter.
with a stomp out of midair. It's incredible.
Rollins
And
is picking up
Rollins
victories,
wins
bro.
the match, but most importantly,
He gonna get a title shot
he
soon.
pins the World Heavyweight Champion. And the timing couldn't be better, because after a meeting with Adam Pearce, but also a mystery person who is just off the CCTV camera shot, Paul Heyman locks in the match, and it will be Jay versus Seth at Money in the Bank for the World Heavyweight Championship. But before
Braun
we
should
can
be
even
in this,
get to
right? He
that,
qualified.
Braun Breaker is trying to climb the ladder to take the briefcase down and anoint himself as Mr. Money in the Bank. And naturally,
Oh,
he
Braun fell
is
on the
a
ladder.
total wrecking ball in this match. He wipes out anyone and everyone he can
Oh,
get his hands
damn.
on. But just
No,
as he
brother,
gets
brother,
the chance to
Kano, come
climb,
on.
and he gets to the top and touches the case, he's cut
No.
off by Jimmy Uso. Jimmy
Big Jim.
is trying to win Money in the Bank. He's looking for his moment, just like his brother has had. And he also is out for revenge for his brother. But Breakker is ruthless, and he wants Jimmy off that ladder, and he throws everything he can at him. And with Jimmy teetering, he can barely hang on. There's only so much he can take. But then Braun is ripped off the ladder.
Is it Jay?
And Jimmy, in total disbelief,
Jay ripped him off, didn't he?
is able to pull the case down.
Oh, that's so tough. Yes, sir, Murfs in his bag. That was so tough. That was a tough shot.
Breakker out of the ring.
Tough shot.
Both men go over the barricade and fight through the crowd.
W production.
And all the way backstage, where they're accosted by security and made.
I ain't gonna lie. If this was real, both of these security guards would have got thrown out of the way.
To leave the
manhandled out of the way.
Which therefore
But they did their job. They did their jobs.
Heyman without Braun.
Oh, W
But
gear.
it also leaves Jay without Roman. However, Jay is flanked by Sami, who shows his loyalty once again, and it allows the match to run as smooth as
Jay,
possible.
you gotta protect the
It's
title.
a great competitive match. Jay shows the qualities that we've been used to, and that's pure guts. But Rollins shows the quality that we're used to from him, and that, of course,
You can't
is
let
the
Seth
pure
get
elite
it. No.
skill
Okay,
that
who?
drew him to Heyman in the first place. But it's the guts and grit from Jay that frustrates Rollins. So much so that Heyman eventually
You
tries
weasel.
to get involved. But of course, this is cut off by Sami, who is now in Heyman's face. But
Sami's
Heyman
gonna
stops
turn.
him, and he says, "Wait, you really gonna keep taking bullets for this family? That's all I ever did. That's all you've ever done. Are you really gonna keep putting yourself through this? I got out, and it's the best thing I've ever done, Sami. Let me take you. Let me take you to new heights. We can do this together." Sami actually looks like he's mulling it over, but while he is, Jay looks for a super kick on Rollins.
No!
But he hits the
Oh,
referee
shenanigans.
instead.
Shenanigans.
Then he spins, throws another.
I
but
spell
Rollins threw one
shenanigans.
as well, and they both collect each other at the same time and hit the canvas. And they crawl their way to opposite corners. But this opens the door for Sami Zayn.
Sami, no. Sami. Big Jim, get him out of there. Wait. You about to cash in? Big Jim,
Jimmy
no.
Uso, the new Mr. Money in the Bank, and a man who absolutely wants to go to the next level. Which, given the madness lately and the recruiting drive of Heyman, leaves the fans to speculate. Is he even there to help, or is he there to hinder his brother? Well, we don't find out.
Oh,
because
super
back
kick
in
to
the
Sami.
ring, Jay fights back, and he looks for another super kick, but Rollins moves, and Jay hits Sami. Jimmy sees Sami roll to the outside, and now he's checking on him. But in the meantime, Rollins takes his chance, hits a buckle bomb, and follows it up with a stomp. And unbelievably, just like Heyman promised,
No
Rollins
way.
is placed right back into the spotlight. Jimmy decides that now isn't the time because Rollins
Jimmy, this is your
up
fault.
and ready for him. But the question is, did Rollins even need to be? Or was
Jey
Jimmy
Uso Revenge
going
Tour
to
should be the
cash
sequel to
in
this.
on his brother? It genuinely feels like it's only just beginning to ramp up because there's so much unfinished business and still the mystery of that fourth man. And with Heyman, Breakker, and Rollins basking in the success of winning the gold, they find out really
W
quickly
gear,
that they
W
might need
tires.
to increase the
Uh-oh,
army.
Big Chief is back. Big Chief is here.
Roman is hunting Breakker, and he wants to put him down before he can even get to that next level. And he sure as hell doesn't want to be the reason he goes there. But he isn't the only one.
Who else is... Ooh. Oh yeah, it's go time. It's go time. Let's get this title back, boys.
It is on. The two men who this all started with are back to make it all right again. And they run through Rollins and Breakker. It's scorched
Yeah,
earth.
Paul, you
Rollins
scared now,
wants
Paul.
to stop Breakker in his tracks, but Punk wants something that he's had his eyes on ever since he arrived. But will there be
Boom,
more
let's
than
go.
just Heyman, Breakker, and Seth trying to stop
Night
him?
night.
We know the
Night
answer
night.
is yes, but we want to know, who will it be?
Okay, so we got Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns.
The moment arrives for Roman to get revenge.
Oh yeah, SummerSlam.
The
Okay.
moment is here for Braun in the biggest match of his
Oh,
career.
you won't catch
And
it.
of course, he has the wisdom of Heyman alongside him. But as the match reaches its crescendo, it falls apart at the seams because Roman is desperate to hold onto the spot at the top.
Drive by.
But Braun
Woo!
is
Let's go, baby.
desperate to take it. However, Roman takes something from Braun that he's been relying on all match, and he takes Heyman
I think
out.
he's gonna catch it, Paul.
Roman gets that sweet spear he's been waiting for since WrestleMania. He gets back in the
Let's
ring,
focus back up.
winds up Breaker, and he hits him with a Superman punch.
Hey!
And then he launches off to finish him off. But no, he gets collected by a
Oh!
spear out of nowhere. And Reigns might have taken the wisdom, but he didn't take the raw power. And Breaker charges up and drills him with another one. And he gets the biggest win of his entire career, and he announces himself on the big stage. It's a statement of intent and the launching pad that only Paul Heyman could provide.
That's a big
However,
W
he
for
won't
that
be
group.
able to provide anything further because he is loaded into the back of an ambulance and taken away just before he was supposed to accompany Seth Rollins to the ring for his title defense against Punk. But Braun Breaker assures him that he will have his back, and he sends him on his way.
Big Jim Uso, y'all.
The two brothers working together again, and it shows that.
I mean, if I'm gonna be real though, it is kind of Jimmy's fault Jay's not champion no more. I'm gonna be. Who knows what Sami was gonna do? But if we keep it a spade, Jimmy is the biggest reason.
Jimmy was always going to be there to
honest.
help him, and then he wasn't out there to cash in. They take out Breaker, and Rollins has no idea.
Oh, he set his head on the
But he's
concrete.
now
I know that hurt.
So, or is he?
CM Punk is up to you. W, a tire, Murfs, you are cooking.
Versus Rollins 3. The decider. These two have hated each other and wanted this match since the moment Rollins was ripped out of the cage by Roman in the garden. And it's no disqualification. It's anything goes, and they certainly take advantage of that, especially with no Heyman at ringside. But you know damn well he's still pulling the strings. And as the match reaches its blood and hatred-fueled conclusion,
They are going at it.
shows. Both men are wielding chairs, pacing around each other, looking for that final blow.
Yeah, the standoff.
And they both swing, and they
Oh.
both connect, and they both go down. And they desperately crawl to opposite corners once again. Then it happens.
Sami! All right, somebody go pack Sami up, please. He laid out Jay and Jimmy. Sami, why? Haluva kick! Punk, go
Sami
for it!
makes his choice. He leaves Rollins leading.
Let's go.
And right for the picking for CM Punk. And Punk gingerly walks over to the down Rollins, and he's ready to put him to sleep.
Had a good run, Rollins. Sami, you bastard. Sami, you bastard.
Heyman was right. They aren't here to rewrite history. They want to rebuild it, brick by brick, body by body, man by man.
Wow. Screw you, Becky. W episode, bro. W episode. I thought it was gonna be Sami, but I feel like Sami was taking too long to make his decision. So I kind of knew it was gonna be somebody else. I didn't expect it to be Becky Lynch though. W story. I like how he made Braun look strong. Seth still champion. Okay, Murfs. That was good. That was good. I rate this 8 out of 10. That was good. That was good.